Hello, my name is Cordelia McGee, and I am here to present the case analysis for the Allied Medical Waste Transport, particularly the veterinarian division. And we're first going to talk about Kathy West, Vice President of Marketing at the Allied Medical Waste Transport of Oklahoma. And Kathy has just been assigned the task of actually creating the overall strategy in the mix of personal selling and advertising. And one of her first duties with that is to provide, search for growth options to meet the desired sales slash profit levels. So we're going to kind of get a little bit about some of the issues that they were having with this business. So let's see here. And just some of the problems that they were having were, compliance with the new federal regulations on medical waste disposal. They were having issues with, complying with that. And disposal of potential infectious objectionable waste, not getting attracted to the penalties of OSHA for improper medical waste disposal practices. And what they were saying, OSHA had just begun to find waste generators for improper disposable practices within their facilities, and most states had already adopted some of the type of regulation pertaining to infectious waste disposable requirements, and they had not. They also were having financial feasibility of the division to lesser market and compared to the main division. So they would have issues with that. Let's see. Oklahoma does not presently require animal waste generators to have a comprehensive infection of waste management in place. It does not require documentation of proper disposal. But there's currently a bill at the state legislators level to enact such a law. So that's one of the things they're having a problem with. But we're going to kind of go into touch base with kind of the history of the Allied Medical Waste Transport. The medical waste first came to attention of the general public several years ago when it washed up on New Jersey beaches because of the medical exposure of this event and others pertaining to undesirable practices, as well as fear of AIDS and public hysteria resulted in pressure. Pressure was put up on the regulatory officials to develop comprehensive regulations to prohibit such occurrences. For instance, H.R. 3515, the Medical Waste Tracking Act of 1988, was passed requiring the Federal Environment Protection Agency, EPA, to begin an investigation to determine whether federal regulations was necessary. And the EPA had done an investigation to determine whether the federal regulations were necessary. And the EPA provided their findings in 1991 that led to federal regulations on medical waste disposal. While the act was focused on human medical waste, there was also a big concern for animal medical waste. And some of the sections of the law could be applied to animal waste. The following abstract echoes the concern of veterinary public professionals. So that's kind of a little bit of that, how it kind of got started. As far as the organizational vision and mission, objectives, and current strategy, the AMWT provided all clients with containers into which the waste would be deposited, also documentation affirming pick up their waste, and providing the client with an actual date of installation of the waste. Let me see here. Some of the strengths they had. The AMW currently uses a nationwide transportation company who provides all trailers and transportation to Oklahoma within a 48-hour period from pickup. They also use state-of-the-art installations in Oklahoma. It has a staff of specialized industry experts. All AMWT drivers must meet U.S. Department of Transportation driver qualifications standards, including physical exams, an annual review of their driving records. In addition, AMWT employs a team of emergency responders who completed 40 hours of emergency response courses. So they're like, board certified. Some of their weaknesses, they lack skilled for trained technicians and drivers, which caused a shortage in manpower because they didn't have the qualifications. In addition to serving Oklahoma and northern Texas, they only focus on some of the states like located in Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Colorado, and Wyoming. Some of the opportunities here, AMWT opened up a subsidiary office in Den, Texas in early 1990 and enjoyed significant success throughout Dallas-Fort Worth area. Market area. This branch presently contracts within 23 hospitals that generate a total of 150,000 pounds of biomedical waste each month. The Dallas-Fort Worth Hospital Council recently endorsed AMWT as the preferred provider of biomedical waste management services to its members hospitals, and this endorsement should lead to greater presence in the market. They also have opportunity for growth due to the AMWT being the first providers of the veterinary medical waste in the states they were already operating in, and possible expansion in other states that demand an increase. Some of the threats they were having were strict federal and state laws. May impose an increase or decrease for the business, and then new competitors entering in the business with newer technology pose a threat. Some of the competitive analysis we have, there was competition in the market. One of the major competitors in Oklahoma, as well as others operating in the area, acknowledged much for their weaknesses, since most of them decided to allocate rather than incinerate. Financial analysis. Kathy West had developed a 3-performer income statement for the first 3 years of operations based on the levels of market, with 30, 40, 50%. A strategic marketing plan for the next 3 years, including the pro forma income statement of the newly started veterinary division of the company. Alternative solutions to the problem issues may need to spend more on marketing strategies to establish a successful business. The operational success should result in better financial performance, which can be measured through financial analysis. A system controls should be established across checks if the plans are on the track. The controls need to be reviewed on a regular basis. Recommended course of action. AMWT will eventually need more land to dispose of their recycled water, more skilled, trained, qualified clinicians and transporters. They should focus on market growth and look into operational cost reduction. Implementation plan, defining the problem and developing a cost-benefit analysis team. AMWT should create a team to develop goals and an action plan. work on training, education plans, and policies. And they should also develop more of a plan or a committee team to track, progress and report a success plan. And that is all.